Hello and welcome aboard to AM News. My name is Denise Apomaije. In our very first story, the African policy lens has raised concerns over the Bank of Ghana's recent scale of 18 tons of gold, saying that it can cost the country millions of dollars. Now, following the revelation by the Bank of Ghana, it says it has sold a total of 18 tons of Ghana's gold reserves and are planning to buy gold again in place. Many organizations are calling for explanations from the BOG for this rationale. There's more.
Now, when Ghanaians were asking questions, why did you sell our gold? A senior bank official, who is the governor of the Bank of Ghana, indicated that, we have too many, our gold share of our reserve is exceeding 40%, and our peers are doing between 20 to 25%. Then we're asking them question, who were our peers, or who are our peers? We want to know. Because somebody bought gold. The people who bought the gold down, they also had a plan for the country. We have the United States that is having about 8,133. Even the 133 that is even sitting behind the 8,000, we don't even have it. And they have not sold even 1 ton. So on what basis? Now, based on this information and the sale, between October to December 2025, when this sale went on, gold price was sitting between $3,950 per ounce to $4,200 per ounce. So averagely, because we have not gotten the data fully from them, averagely, based on this market data from the World Gold Council, it meant that the sale happened on an average gold price of $4,000 per ounce, based on data from the World Gold Council. Now, the Bank of Ghana is saying that, we have to resell this gold because our peers are doing 20 to 25. But according to the International Financial Statistics, which normally report on world gold holdings, reported that as of the end of 2025, the average percentage of central banks' gold holding, as a percentage of their total reserves, stood at 29.2%. So which peers is the Bank of Ghana talking of?
The executive director of the group, Africa Policy Lens, says it has filed an RTI request to the central bank to demand some answers.
Police sent an official RTI request to Bank of Ghana, and I'll give you a copy of this. I'm going to read to you. This is our duplicate copy to show that indeed this has been received, and we are going to be monitoring. But you have the platform, and we would require you to help us to keep them in check, to provide the responses that we are asking for. And so we are relying on the Rights to Information Act 2019, Act 989, to request the BOG and the Gold Board to provide clarification on the following matters. Number one, we would like confirmation of the total quantity of gold divested, including the precise weight in tons and ounces in quarters 3 and 4 of 2025. Number two, we would also like the BOG and the Gold Board to provide us the exact dates on which each divestment transaction was executed. 3, the London Bullion Marketing Association reference price or pricing benchmark that was applied in valuing the divested gold. 4, we would like to know the average realized sale price per ounce for the gold sold. Number 5, APL is asking for full disclosure of the identities of the counterparties or purchasing entities involved in the transactions, including beneficial ownership and how the owners of all the companies involved in the sale of the gold are structured. 6, we seek clarification on whether there were any local partners involved in the sale of the gold, and if so, the identities and ownership structures of such local partners.
Now, away from that, when was the last time you tasted gakenke? Have you ever wondered what goes into the preparation? Well, on Ghana Month, we journey into the heart of Teshi to see how your favorite gakomi is prepared. Now, Moko has more in the following report.
From the street of Osu to the shores of Adan, kenke, locally known as komi, Otimi or Dokno, has been preserved for centuries. Developed by the Gadangme people, the delicacy goes beyond its roots. Today, it is enjoyed in Ghana, cutting across tribes and regions. But what really goes into its preparation? In Teshi Aduemi, Yomo Amoko walks us through the preparation process.
To prepare kenke, you must first soak the maize for about 3 days. This allows it to ferment properly before it's milled into corn dough. After milling, the corn husk is carefully sorted out, ready for wrapping.
The main ingredient is maize. It is carefully sorted, soaked for days, milled and left to ferment to achieve a certain distinctive sour taste.
Once the milling is done, the dough is sieved to remove any unwanted particles. This process ensures a smooth texture before it is partially cooked.
Yomo tells me the fermented corn dough is partially cooked over heat, stirred vigorously for hours until it thickens into a smooth porridge. It is then mixed with fresh dough and mixed manually to achieve the right consistency before being molded into balls.
At this stage, you stir it steadily with a good quantity of salt, just like preparing banku. However, this particular mixture is known as a flatter. It requires patience and strength to stir it to the right consistency.
Each ball is then wrapped tightly in soaked corn husks and tacked to seal. For this batch, nearly 400 balls are packed into this large aluminum pot. At the base is extra husks that forms a protective layer to prevent overcooking. A measured quantity of water is then added. The pot is sealed tightly with sacks and polythene to trap in steam. For nearly 4 hours, it boils slowly.
When the flatter is well cooked, it is mixed thoroughly by hand to achieve that smooth, firm and slightly starchy texture that gives kenke its unique body.
Once fully cooked, the kenke is removed, salted and repackaged to retain warmth. But there's one more thing missing here: pepper, shito and fried fish.
Kenke is best enjoyed with pepper and fish. The taste is so satisfying, and of course, you will need about 2 sachets of water to cool your heart.
As I prepare to taste my Ghana kenke with its hot pepper and fried fish, Nijani joins me at the table with his testimony.
The reason I love kenke so much is deeply personal. My mother was a kenke seller. That was the food she disciplined us with. Because of her, I never developed a strong taste for fried rice or other fancy dishes. Kenke became more than just food. That is why even today, I make it a point to eat kenke before sleeping.
Indeed, kenke is not just a delicacy for the Gadangwe people. Every morsel reminds us of the diversity of the Ghanaian culture, a history shaped by hands, kept by resilience, and wrapped in a corn hat. For JoyNews, I am Na Moko, Teshi Adoeni.
Well, it's time for business. The Ahanta Pele Samokuju Race brings us that.
All right, let's do business now. And to start off, let's check out the cedi's performance on the currency market. Now let's begin with our first story, where a senior lecturer at the University of Ghana Business School, Benjamin Amoah, is defending the Bank of Ghana for spending roughly 17 billion to mop up excess liquidity. He says that move helped to bring down inflation. He says, speaking to Joy Business, he explained that that move could help bring down inflation, resulting in people borrowing at lower costs.
The responsibility of the central bank includes mopping up of excess liquidity in the economy. And so, if the central bank has spent 17 billion in creating the low level of inflation that we have in the country, then one will say that it is justified, considering the fact that interest rates are also low within the economy. Now, we have to be looking at how come we had that excess liquidity in the system. Maybe it was because of our past actions in the management of the economy. And definitely at a point in time, the central bank will have to come in to go after the excess liquidity, take it out of the system so that the economy can have some relief. It will definitely come at a cost, because you will have to find a way of attracting the funds from the public to ease the pressure on goods and services. So if the central bank has spent 17 billion, we need to be looking at what the rates are today. And if the rates are low, then it means that it is benefiting us, because we can now borrow at lower rates, be it individual borrowers or corporate borrowers who will seek for funds in the economy.
Well, the chief executive of the Chamber of Bulk or Distributors, Dr. Patrick Ofori, is talking about his confidence in the security of fuel supply in Ghana. He is, however, urging government to invest more in infrastructure to help store oil, so that in times of need, Ghana can still have supply. His comment comes on the back of the Chamber's denial of fuel hoarding by some players in the downstream petroleum sector.
I can confidently say that for product supply security, the country is sorted. About 8 cargoes up to the end of the month has already been booked and has been confirmed. The vessels are on their way here. As I'm speaking to you, we have about 3 to 4 vessels that are at the anchorage. So in terms of product supply security, the country is sorted. And the good thing is also that we have about 30% of our demand being made by the local production. So I don't have issues with regards to product shortage or availability. But the dynamics about the pricing is what most likely is going to go up. And this is where we need, as a country, to take advantage of this and then invest in the right kind of infrastructure to have access to some of these storage mechanisms. I'm comfortable and confident after some engagement that we've had with 2 key major sector ministers. And I think with the proposals and the discussions going on, they are firmly in control. And if the need be, the required government institutions will come in with mitigation measures. And we are all on our own meeting each other to ensure that we don't pass on prices that may also be detrimental to our own businesses and then also the consumers in order to also not to have any form of a negative reputation to also protect our brand.
Well, let's wrap up with what's happening on the commodities market. That's all in business update. Back to you, Denicia.
Thank you, Ahanta Pili Samuel Kujubrace, for bringing us business. Don't forget that the AM show is sponsored by Shield Silicone Paint from Azar Group, Syntex Pipes, and Time Herbal Mixture. Now, the largest gathering of market actors in Ghana is happening this March in Tamale. World Vision Ghana's Thrive 2030 project presents Ghana National Market Actors Forum. Be part of a powerful national platform that brings together producers, buyers, investors, processors, policymakers, and development partners to strengthen market linkages and unlock inclusive economic growth. The venue is Modern City Hotel, Tamale. The dates are 24th to 26th March. We invite exhibitors and vendors from the following sectors. First, value chain crop and plant-based value chains, livestock and animal-based value chains, processing and agro-industrial value chains, handicrafts and creative value chains. The second are market actors, buyers, that's buyers and off-takers, aggregators and traders, processors and manufacturers, input suppliers, financial service providers. Third are market service providers, that's logistics, packaging, certification, quality assurance, etc. Institutions also, corporate Ghana, NGOs, development partners, policymakers, and regulators. So join us in Tamale and be part of a forum that turns market opportunities into real growth for businesses, farmers, and communities. For registration and inquiries, contact Prisla on 054 791 7817 or John on 024 350 7669 or Joseph on 024 117 8948. Now let me tell you about Fresh Drops Mineral Water. Ladies and gentlemen, as we enjoy today's moment, remember to keep your body refreshed and your energy right with Fresh Drops Still Natural Mineral Water. Fresh Drops Still Natural Mineral Water is not just any water. It's natural and mineral rich that keeps you going. Whether you're dancing, cheering, networking, or simply enjoying the moment, Fresh Drops Still Natural Mineral Water helps you to stay cool, refreshed, and fully present. So grab a bottle available in 500 ml, 2-liter jars, and sachets. For bulk purchase or inquiries, contact 055 22 50290. And that's it for business. That's it for AM News. For more news, please do log on to myjoyonline.com. My name is Denise Yapomaiji. Enjoy the rest of the show. Have a lovely morning.